Hi, I'm Greg Beachy with the National Restaurant Association Foundation and ProStart. I'm happy you've been able to join us today for an exciting cooking demonstration hosted by Le Cordon Bleu's certified master chef, Edward Leonard. Immediately following the demo, there'll be a short real-time Q&A session. Submit your questions through Le Cordon Bleu's Facebook page. Chef Leonard will continue to answer your questions offline on the Facebook page until the top of the hour. Let's start the demo. It's my honor to introduce Chef Leonard.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and what an exciting day we have planned today. We're going to do something that's very traditional and well known in the restaurants industry called Cobb salad. Now, there's two ways to do Cobb salad. There's a traditional way, which we will embark on and show you, or there's Chef Leonard's way. So, one of the things with a traditional salad is just dressing it a little with a little oil and vinegar, which basically is almost like a vinaigrette type base. In classical cuisine years ago, they actually always dressed the salad in this kind of style, just to give the lettuce a little flavor, a little body, and then they would actually put the dressing on. So unlike today, when you go to a lot of commercial restaurants, you see these dressings that are just overpowering, they overtake the salad. And the idea of a dressing is no different than a sauce on a good plate. The idea is to really complement the greens, to complement the items you're showcasing. So traditional Cobb could be made with a variety of lettuces. We have here some Bibb and romaine. And then we have here ranch dressing, which is a very traditional for the Cobb. And again, we're just going to put a little. So you only want to get about maybe an ounce or two of dressing, because the idea of it is to really complement the greens. We don't want to over showcase the great product we have. So one of the ingredients we use is tomato. These tomatoes have been de-seeded and peeled and really marinated in a beautiful bit of extra virgin olive oil, a little sea salt. And what this does is give the tomatoes some life. The salt actually extracts some of that tomato juice, which really makes for nice flavor. So in some ways, it's almost a self-made dressing. And you see by peeling it in that beautiful dice that we have, just it's nice color. The tomatoes will be easy to eat and just a very nice contrast. One of the other advantages you have is, of course, chicken breasts. So here we have some beautiful diced chicken, and again, marinated the chicken a little. And you know, today a lot of people like to eat healthy, but an interesting tip that a lot of people don't realize is they talk about chicken breast, always taking the chicken and, you know, take all that skin off, all that fat, because it's got so much calories. But what you want to do is, as you're cooking the chicken breast, keep that skin on. That skin really does two things. It imparts great flavor. It also keeps a nice coating for the chicken so the meat doesn't dry out. Once you remove that skin, you're at the same caloric value and the same fat value as if you were if you cooked without it. So keep the skin, add that moisture, and add that great flavor. Can you get me, let's see, we got avocado that we're going to put on here. So we got some beautiful avocado, and no, the other one? Yep. Yes. It's my assistant, Rosanna. She's been a gem all day, keeping me in line. We have some beautiful blue cheese. So here's nice chunks of blue cheese, a blue vein cheese for the avocado. Again, very traditional for avocado. If you don't like blue cheese, you can use something else. And then we have nice diced avocado, okay? So as you see here, this salad really just has some great things going on. It has avocado, which has beautiful creaminess to it. It's almost got that butter consistency, very rich, a little high in calories, but just great vitamins for you. You got that tanginess and sharpness of the blue cheese. You got some beautiful roasted chicken breast. You got the sweetness and the acidic part of the tomato. So we got some really great things going on. And then the last piece, which is maybe not so dietetic, is beautiful bacon. Now, one thing, when you add bacon to a salad, a lot of restaurants dice their bacon. It comes on the salad cold. There's nothing worse than eating cold bacon. So what you want to do is take those beautiful pieces, just hit them in on the hot sauté pan. You can even hear that little sizzle. And this is such a fresh approach. So this really, that hot contrast with the cold, what you have is gorgeous crispy bacon. It makes that salad come alive. And if you look here, you know, this is just a great salad to eat. People enjoy this for lunch. They enjoy it for dinner. You can do it with shrimp, a lot of variations. And Le Cordon Bleu, we spent a lot of time teaching foundation, you know, how to cook properly, how to roast a chicken breast, how to dice and make everything look nice. But then there's taking food to that next level, and that's what we're going to do with our dish today. So this is a beautiful traditional Cobb salad, and we're going to finish it off with one thing. Rosanna's going to go get our big surprise that we have waiting. So we're going to just do a little egg here, and as you see here, that egg just adds a little nice contrast and color. So there you go, avocado, egg, blue cheese, chicken. Really nice salad. We're going to put a little chopped chive there. And we're just going to put a touch of that sea salt, and there you go. Now, to do something really special, this is just amazing what we're going to do here. As you know, what were the ingredients that we talked about? We talked about tomato, we talked about chicken, we talked about avocado, bacon, and egg. So this is what we call a pressed avocado. What we did is we took, at home it would be called a food saver. In the industry, it's called a vacuum pack machine. And these are special cryovac bags. So we put the avocado in here with some of that blue cheese, some olive oil, some lime, some sea salt. And what happens is that bag gets pressurized and starts to squeeze that avocado. And it becomes all squished in with that blue cheese. We took a rolling pin, we rolled it out. And you end up with these beautiful sheets. Look at that, just mosaic. You got that blue cheese in there. You got the dark green, the light green of that avocado. I like to call it kind of a mosaic look. And what you do is you freeze that. So you put it in the freezer, which does a couple of things. It keeps the avocado fresh, which of course is very important. Gives it a little firmness. And when it comes plating time, you just take that and you basically peel it off, and by the time you plate and serve it, it's going to be at room temperature. But look at the beautiful there. You got that beautiful blue cheese. You got kind of that mosaic look. This just gives us a special foundation for the salad. Now, when we talked about the romaine, and here's what we're going to do. Even the lettuce, everything is taken to the next level here. So you see here, we have the romaine lettuce. I've dressed it a little in the ranch dressing, and we took some scallion leaves and we tied it around there. So we're actually going to slice the romaine. I'm going to slice one here, and we're going to do a slice there. And we're going to take off that saran wrap. So we're going to put that romaine right over here, and you take off the saran wrap. So look at that. So now we got that salad green heading up the avocado. So still the same ingredients, a whole different presentation. Can you take this away, Rosanna? And now, what else is in? Tomatoes. How can we not have tomatoes, right? So we have beautiful heirloom tomatoes. These are baby cherry tomatoes, a heirloom variety. And we took those and actually did the same thing. We peeled the skins on them, we slightly blanched them, marinated in some olive oil. And of course, we can't forget our bacon. So we have a little bacon ring here. Okay, so we cooked our bacon. Now we're going to add these beautiful tomatoes. So again, the same ingredients, the same idea. And what's important about this, and you're probably sitting there saying, oh my God, this stuff is so cool. But in order to do this, and in order to really understand how to take food next to the level, it's really understanding those basic and fundamentals. You know, you have to understand the roasting of a chicken. You have to understand the properties of avocado, how that can work. So once you have all these understanding, you can take food to an incredible level. And then we have our chicken here. So we took this chicken breast and we actually rolled it up. We seasoned it with a little garlic and parsley, poached it, and then we pan roasted it. So now we got this beautiful chicken roulade. So again, same idea, the same concept, but just look at the level compared to the diced chicken, to these beautiful slices here. You have that beautiful parsley in the middle, the beautiful garlic giving it this flavor. So again, taking it to the next level, something very special. And then really to top this off, we're going to go with something even more special, and Rosanna's going to do her special fried egg, right? She promised she wouldn't burn it for me. So I'm going to hold her to that. So we're going to put these beautiful pieces of chicken right here. I mean, look at the difference in this salad already. Same ingredients, blue cheese, tomato, bacon, romaine lettuce, chicken breast. I mean, same ingredients, but look how they come alive. Look how modern this thing looks. And it's going to eat incredible. It's going to have those textures. It's going to have everything this salad has. And again, the important thing that I want to show you and get you excited about in the world of cookery is when you master the basics, when you can grasp these things, where you take food and where you can go with it is just incredible. So we have now these beautiful fried eggs that Rosanna's not burning. So at home, if you know, give her a little round of applause here. It was a great job. And these are beautiful golden eggs. These are actually, believe it or not, soft-boiled eggs. And these eggs were soft-boiled and peeled. And we're actually going to take one, and it's going to go right on top of that romaine heart right there. Now, this is a challenging dish for your waitstaff to carry, that's for sure, as you watch them go across the dining room, hoping not to drop it. Now, last ingredient we're missing, right? Chicken. We got some blue cheese in there. I'm just going to take another little slice of blue as a little garnish there and a tomato, just add a little more depth to this. Then we have our beautiful ranch dressing. So little squirts of the ranch dressing on the plate. So there's that beautiful ranch. We got the creaminess of the avocado. We got all that beautiful food. A little touch of extra virgin olive oil. Oh my God, don't you want to eat this?
Yes.
I promise I share with her after. So we have just a little touch of parsley there, just to liven up those tomatoes. And the beauty about this egg, I'm going to show you because I can't not sign off on here without doing this egg for you. So I'm going to take the paper towel off. The beauty and mastery of this egg, and it sounds like this is simple. Okay, chef just fried an egg, big deal. But let me tell you something. The art of this egg, ask Rosanna, you have to get the water to a steady simmer, not a boil. You have to actually pinch a hole in the eggshell. You actually got to pop a little hole in the membrane so the water can coat it and make it easier to peel because it's soft boiled. It gets simmered for exactly 5 minutes and 10 seconds on the iPhone timer, on the timer there. And you plunge into ice water, you peel it, you bread it. But the beauty of this egg for the customer is when you take this egg and you cut it, I mean, look at that. The beautiful yolk just runs out, and it's just, man, that's eating. You can put this on a spinach salad, frisee salad, anything you love. You can even eat these for breakfast. You want to talk about crispy eggs, you don't need the toast and bread. You got it all right there. Wrap it around bacon, and man, you're set to go. But again, this is classic Cobb salad, served in the majority of restaurants and chain. Nothing wrong with it. Great ingredients, great flavors and textures. But when you understand food, and when you have that knowledge that you would learn in culinary school, and Cordon Bleu, it's very old style and new style. What we do is we teach you techniques that have been tried and true. There's nothing old about good cooking techniques. It's at the end of the day, how to cook. The greatest chefs, the greatest cooks in the industry all know foundational cooking. So when they take it to the next level, it's because of that knowledge they've mastered, and that enables you to do something extremely cool like this contemporary modern Cobb salad. So I hope you enjoyed the demo. I hope you want to try some of these things at home because really all these things, even the avocado, if you buy one of the home food savers, you can actually do the avocado and the blue cheese. If you don't like blue cheese, substitute for something else. But I'm going to look forward to going on Facebook and basically answering some questions you may have about the industry, the career, and looking at things. But, circle in on this. Love what you do. The great thing about culinary arts, when you look at today's world, is we're still taking food from the land and the sea, and we're using our hands. It's not computers. It's not technologies. There's no robots cutting food, doing press avocado. It's somebody's love and their passion and their craft skills. And the Cordon Bleu offers scholarships as well to all ProStart students who complete Level 1 and Level 2 of ProStart curriculum. So take advantage of that, complete that curriculum, study hard, and you got a chance to win scholarships, which will really help enhance your career. One of the questions coming through is, how did I become a master chef? Well, a lot of it, to be honest with you, is a 10-day exam held in Hyde Park by the American Culinary Educational Foundation. And it was a 10-day exam. I think a lot of what I did in my career prepared me for it. So I took that exam. It has a 65% failure rate, so I was a little nervous going in. But what I really relied on during those 10 days was my love for cooking. And every day I went into the kitchen, I just approached it as people coming to my house and let's just cook, have a great time with food. And I tried to use my skills to the fullest. So, luckily when the 10th day came, which is one of the toughest days, that's where most fail. I was very fortunate to pass in my international, classical, and my mystery basket. So. Okay, one caller asks, can you give me some tips for competition? Absolutely. In fact, this demo I just did is for those who compete, especially at ProStart. What ProStart relies on, especially at a student level, is skills and competencies. So really practice those skills and competencies and get good at them, because once you get good at them and understand them, it enables you to get into the creative side, which again helps you in competition. The mistake a lot of students make is they look at pictures, they look at magazines, they try to get too creative, but they haven't studied the fundamentals. They haven't got those skills and competencies down pat in order for them to create what I call sensible creativity. So do that, and then you can take something like this and bring it to a competition like this, and judges will appreciate it. This is a good question. What is my favorite meal to prepare? Honestly, a lot of it depends on the mood. I'm very fortunate. I've traveled all over the world. So from Asian cuisine, classical French, modern French, Spanish, Portuguese. So a lot of it depends what I'm in the mood for. But a lot of what I cook is I call modern comfort food. I do a lot of comfort food. I give it some of the twists that I give it here, but sometimes just doing a beautiful braised dish over a soft polenta or a homemade gnocchi or spätzle is just, to me, incredible food. What do judges look for in competition? Judges look for a lot of things today, and I think, it depends on the level of competition. On the student level, they look to see that you have good skills, that your knife skills are good, you work clean and neat, that you understand what you're doing. And then, of course, presentation's a key, but a lot of students try to create presentation and they forget about flavor. So the people that do the best in competitions always have food that eats well, that just tastes great. So really focus on, no matter what you're doing, is marrying great flavors, making your food taste exceptionally good, and then you look at how you can present it and give it that little lift. Have you ever cooked or met with any famous TV chefs? Oh, you're going to bring me there. Yes, I actually have been fortunate. I've worked with some great chefs in my time. One that some of you may not know was Jacques Pepin, one of the original TV chefs. A dear friend of mine is Martin Yan. Martin and I did a whole Chinese in Chinatown in New York. We did a whole Chinese series, which was interesting. So a lot of my Asian cuisine background is from learning with him. Rick Tremonto, we did a fundraiser down in New Orleans with John Foltz and other TV chefs. So, when you start cooking in the circuit, and especially when you do charity work and fundraisers, you do get opportunities to meet some great people in the business and work with them. Okay, somebody wants me to explain the soft boil technique again. I might use that. I didn't have a name for it, but basically, when people boil eggs, it's at a very hard boil. They bring water to boil, they plunge the eggs in. What you want to do with the soft boiled egg is you want to get to that boil, lower the heat so it's a nice simmer. So you want a nice steady simmer. You put the egg in gently with a slotted spoon, and then 5 minutes and 10 seconds. So take a timer, if you have a phone, it works exceptionally good. That's what I do. I use the stopwatch. And then you plunge it into a really good ice bath. That chills it down. And then you carefully peel it, and you'll find that egg will hold and be soft as these eggs were. Now, another key is when you fry it, if the oil's too hot, what happens is you're going to burn the egg. And if the oil's too low, a lot of people will keep the oil lower. What happens is you'll still end up with a nice golden egg, but it starts cooking the egg. And when it starts cooking the egg, it becomes hard and you lose that availability. What are the carvings behind me? One of our chefs here at Le Cordon Bleu Miami did an exceptional job. He said he wanted to make me look good on camera. Told him I needed all the help I can get. So he actually did some gorgeous fruit carvings. You have watermelon, you have cantaloupe, you have carrot with pepper representing the palm trees of Miami. So exceptional job, very festive. And a lot of this stuff was done, especially for grand buffets in the hotels. They use buffet work. It adds what we call a grand centerpiece and just makes a focal point for the buffet for people. Another question was the pressed avocado. Again, what you do is, the best thing at home is to get one of the food savers, and in the food savers you get the vacuum packed bags. So you just spoon out the avocado, you put it in the bag, a little olive oil, a little lime juice. You can add the blue cheese, not add blue cheese. You put it in the machine, it'll vacuum pack it and basically crush it. You take a little rolling pin, sort it out, just roll it flat, then you put it in the freezer. And that would be a great way to do it. And you can, again, any combination, you can use ricotta cheese, you can use another kind of cheese, or just do avocado. Will we learn the melon carving in class at Le Cordon Bleu? Yes, we do have a buffet and catering class, and that's one of the things we do discuss and show you. Because again, in the world of some class hotels and cruise ships, a brunch buffet, a buffet is a very important thing. And one of the things that gets people with a buffet is they walk into the room and there's this wow factor. And this is some of the things that cause that wow factor. So you haven't even seen the food on the buffet yet, but your eyes are drawn to it. You see ice carving, you see all these beautiful things, and then of course you have a beautiful array and variety of food. So, again, our focus on teaching is good fundamentals to teach you the competencies you need to be successful in the industry, but then hopefully that energy and that passion brings you to that modern level and that contemporary stance. When did I decide to become a chef? Probably at a very young age. My family was actually my mom, my grandmother, Naples, Italy. My grandmother had 16 children, 13 girls, 3 boys. So food was a big part of our culture, and the Sunday supper, as we call it, is no fallacy. We would sit down and have an array of courses from antipasto to pasta, and basically everybody kicked in to help. And I was very fortunate. My mom was a great cook, so I always helped her make the gnocchi, the cavatelli, the pasta. So food was a big part of our life, and I really just something I took to. and I started to practice. I was very involved in art when I was younger. I studied art, and I actually took the art to do things like vegetable carvings, chocolate work. So to me, food was always kind of an art. So I always said, if you can marry great flavors, make food taste great, and then give it a good presentation, and that's how I look at it as an artist's point of view. It's not a license to do whatever, but it's a license to really learn, understand how flavor works, please the customer. And of course, one of the first things when a plate's set in front of you is you eat with your eyes. So to me, that was all exciting, and that passion always kept with me. I hope to see some of you. I'll actually be judging Pro Start. I'm going to Atlanta for the Southern one. I'll be in Sacramento, and I just found out from Chef that I'll be judging National as well. So I look forward to partaking in that program and encouraging you guys and watching your work and whatever advice I can give you to help you. So, but continue your studies, and most of all, really, you know, a lot of people when they look at cooking, they look at something like this and they're like, oh my God, look at Chef at this level. But great cooking, really the best cooks in the world, everything comes from here. And coming from here enables you to do so many things that you have no idea. Is the learning competencies are so important, but at the end of the day, it's that passion, it's that will to always just love food. And when you step into a kitchen, don't worry about practicals, don't worry about competitions. Look as you're cooking for your family. Enjoy what you're doing, because that's really the best chefs, even in competitions, the one that passed the Master Chef exam, they just really love to cook, and that always separates them. So thank you so much. Study hard, learn hard, and most of all, cook and live life to the fullest. Thank you.